Ladies and gentlemen, we have, as you can tell in the title, FIFA 22 player ratings. Now, these are not confirmed. This is what I think they should be. I'm going to be doing two teams in each video. I know the transfer season still hasn't ended, so obviously there might be some players that join. If there's any rumours or anything, I'll try to put them in that team. If it's like actual like good rumours, very promising. But so I've picked Chelsea and Man City today, just because I think both of them aren't really going to have too many people joining. I know Man City might have Kane and Grealish, which I will put in. But on the screen in a sec, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, instead of just bringing it up, I'm going to go through the process with you and talk through my ideas, so you guys can also get a bit of a clue. So here we have Mendy. I'm going to zoom in a bit for you. There you go. So we have Mendy here from Chelsea. So we're going to start with Chelsea goalkeeper. He was a 79. I think he will be an 82. At the end of the day, people, if you're aware of FIFA, you're not gonna leave me hate in the comments, because some people will be like, he should be at least an 85. You have to remember, FIFA hate just giving people what they kind of deserve. So if he was a 79, yeah, he should probably be an 84, 85. But FIFA hate giving people massive upgrades. They only give people massive upgrades if you're like Jude Bellingham. He was like a 69 silver or something. He'll get like a plus 12 or something, all the way to like a 78 or 80 something, you know? Probably like a 78, I imagine. But they hate giving, once you're in that rare gold stage, they hate giving you more than really like a plus 4 or 5. Sometimes, like most time, it's like a plus 3, 4 most of the time. Sometimes even 1 or 2, you know. But I think he'll be an 82, maybe an 83. I'm not going to change any of that. I'll only talk about these like stats. If it's like, you know, needs a massive change here, obviously most of it will just get, you know, added with like a plus 3 with the card. But that's what I think Mendy will be. Chilwell. So I'm not going to go through every player. I'm going to go through the notable people that should probably be changed. So Chilwell, I believe, what his age, Chilwell. So he was an 81. I think he'll probably be an 82. I think he had a good year. That's why I'm not keeping him the same. I think he'll get a plus 1. Probably get a bit more pace on him is the thing I'd probably point out the most. But yeah, other than that, I think he had an alright year. Nothing crazy though. Thiago Silva. This one, I definitely think he'll get an upgrade. He should be at least an 86 in my opinion, although I can see why some people would argue that he should stay the same, because he was injured for a little bit, stuff like that. But when he did play, I thought he was pretty good. I think pace is pretty fair enough. Most of his card is pretty fair, I'd say. Rhys James, he probably isn't that high going into the FIFA. Yeah, 77. He should be probably an 80, I'd say. I think he'll probably go to an 80. Probably, yeah. His stats, none of them look outrageous. They'll just go up a couple levels with him. But I'd say an 80. That's a solid plus 3 upgrade. Maybe an 81, but probably not. Probably just keep him at an 80. They will. Going on to the midfield, I'm going to go straight to Mason Mount, who's an 80. I could arguably see him as an 83. I think an 84, in my opinion, he deserves, but I think he will only get an 83. But FIFA could easily give him an 84 and no one would complain. Obviously, his card's pretty like an all-rounder card. So, I mean, with that, he could probably, if we do it, this is what I imagine his card will look like. Actually, no, I'm not going to say it. I think he'll probably get about 80 or just before 80 pace. He'll get an 80-something shot, 80-something passing, probably keep 80-something dribbling, like low 80s. His card will be a very low 80s the whole way around the board till you get to like physicality and defense. But it's going to be a pretty nice card, I must say. Ziyech, I think he's leaving, or he's not going to be great. He'll definitely get a downgrade. I think he was an 85. He'll probably be an 83 next year or an 82. Havertz, Now, he was a massive flop at the start of Chelsea. He really only bucked his ideas up in literally the last couple of weeks. Maybe a +1. I'd say a +1 just about. I think he was arguably mid-season looking at him. He was really looking like a downgrade, like a -1 sort of player. But you got to remember, he is, I'm pretty sure, a FIFA ambassador, so they'll never really do them that dirty that much. But I think a +1. I think it's a bit too generous if he gets like a +2 or anything. He's not been that good. He's been good though near the latter of the season, so he could argue a +1. I'd say. Werner, 85 again. With this one, I think I'd give him an 86. I'd give him another +1. Although, again, very similar to Havertz, I could very easily see why he wouldn't and just be given an 85. Again, I don't think he deserves a downgrade, but probably a +1. I mean, his shot stats should definitely go down. I'm not roasting him or anything. I think his pace should stay the same or go up maybe 1. Passing should be a little bit better because he was very good at assists. That's the thing with him. He was good at getting open, getting in the space. And obviously because people were so worried about his pace, he was making other people more open as they were so worried about him. So he made other players more open. But him as an actual player, for a striker, you want a finisher. That's pretty much what you need to have a striker. If they wanted a person to make space and get assists, you'd play him at centre mid, but he's a striker. So definitely lower his shooting. But I'd say, he could do a +1. I think that's really it for Chelsea players. They're not going to sign Haaland, not this year anyway, probably next year. If he's going to sign, he'll leave Dortmund next year or the year after, and he'll go to, I imagine, someone like Real Madrid, Chelsea, United maybe if they need him, just depends. But I think that's Chelsea. I think that's every Chelsea player. Maybe Pulisic, actually. I'm just trying to think of Chelsea players off the top of my head. I don't support Chelsea's, but my body does, so I'm just trying to think of Pulisic an 81, he could argue an 83, get a +2. He didn't play a ton this year. He played a few games, or not a few, but he played a good amount. But he did miss quite a few as well. But when he did play, it was weird. When he did play, he played some great games, but also had some absolute stinkers. So probably a +2 because 81 is just a bit harsh for him. Maybe an 82. But yeah, I'd say that's fair enough. I'd say all of his stats are pretty fair here anyway, to be honest. Fast, good dribbling, I think pretty much that is every Chelsea player that deserves really an upgrade. I'm trying to think of anyone else if I have missed someone. I don't really like Jorginho or Kovacic, so that's why I'm not doing them. But yeah, I think that's it. So we'll move to Man City. Or should we just do Chelsea? How long have we been streaming? 8 minutes. No, I think we'll actually keep it just to one team a video. And obviously when we get to, because obviously Chelsea's quite a big team, when we get to teams like, the little teams, or instead of doing the little teams like, Zaha or something doing his round, I'm not going to do Crystal Palace team. I'll just do, Premier League people. A Premier League one, what you'll probably see, which will have all the teams that don't get a video for the whole club sort of thing. So I'll do a whole club for Chelsea, Man City, United, Liverpool, but yeah. So I'm trying to think of any of the goddamn Chelsea players. I think Kante actually, can't be forgetting about him. 88, I'd say he'll probably have +1. I don't see them putting him in the 90s. You have to kiss FIFA's ass to be in the 90s. But he deserves a +1. Probably good stats. They'll probably literally just +1 all his ratings by the looks of it. He doesn't really score goals, so he's not going to get a good shooting stat. Probably deserves a bit better passing. Pace, probably a 79 to give him. But yeah, probably a little bit better. Maybe an 80. I don't know, I'd say it's a pretty fair card, to be fair. I'm trying to think of other Chelsea players. Give me a sec here. See in my background, here we go. Chelsea players. I feel like I'm missing someone. Am I? Mound, I didn't say. I said I'm not going to do Jorginho, done Mendy, Giroud's leaving. As Piaculoetta, I don't know how to say his name really. He'll maybe get a +1. I don't really like him either though. Ziyech will get a minus. Rudiger, probably say the same, maybe a +1. To be fair, Christensen could get a +1. Zuma could get a +1. He's been very good. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Looking at this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't believe Chelsea got rid of Tomori. That was such an L. He was so good. Especially for how cheap it was as well. I think it was like pennies they got rid of him for. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Chelsea FIFA rating cards that I think... I haven't seen them be linked to anyone other than Haaland, but that's pretty much been killed in the mud till at least next year. They might get someone else that I'm not sure of, but... that's my ratings, what I think they'll get. So a couple pluses, nothing crazy, but they definitely deserve a few pluses. Obviously winning the Champions League and stuff. But to be fair, I think they got done pretty nicely last year in terms of ratings, coming off their season last year, like for FIFA 21 going into it. They got given better ratings than I would have probably given them. So, you know... They, like Man U, for instance, they always get done really dirty, as we'll see in the Man U video that I make. But yeah, overall, you know, I'd say, you know, other than Mason Mount, he definitely deserves more than an 80. I'd say it's pretty fair. And Mendy, but obviously he was like just coming new on the scene. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty good. So yeah, make sure to follow the Twitch stream, my Discord and TikToks and stuff. All the links will be in the description for that. And tell me in the comments what team you want to do next, and I will make that. So yeah, thank you for watching, everybody, and adios.